Alright, so today we're going to be setting up a new saltwater tank. This is the second saltwater tank I ever set up. That's the first one there, so just take it easy on me if I didn't do something right. But the plan is I'm going to take some of the rocks from that, bring them over here, scape it, and yeah, it's going to look pretty good. So this is kind of similar to how I set up that tank. The only difference is that tank I added beneficial bacteria right from day one. And that tank's been going for a while now, so I'm gonna kind of skip some steps, but all I've done is I put live sand across the bottom and I put some rocks in there. Now, at this point, you could add the beneficial bacteria, you could wait a day and then add the fish. But I'm not doing it this time because this time I have live rock that I can harvest from this tank. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and get this in a nice configuration and move the other rocks over and we'll kind of see how it looks. Okay, so here we are. It's been about 3 months since you saw the fish tank last. Quite a lot has changed here, so I'm going to switch it out of the blue light that I normally have it on. As you can see here, a couple things are a little bit different here. So for one, I had to move this coral up a little higher. I had him down here. That's where he was in the other tank, and when I brought him over to this, the level was a little bit different, so it's a little bit lower. And the light is different. I switched the light because the other light wouldn't cover the tank, and this is what came with the tank, so I ended up moving it higher because it was kind of dying back. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's kind of peeling away from the frag. So I moved it up, I glued it a little bit higher towards the light, and it seems like it's doing better now. Now I see the polyps really open up quite a bit, and I think it's growing. It's so hard to tell because they grow so slowly, but it definitely looks better than it did when it was down here. Now, as you can see here, I have this guy. He's still doing great. I don't know what this is called. I should have wrote it down, but he's doing fine. And I bought this other green star polyp. So I wasn't really thinking ahead, and the light shut off, so a lot of it is hiding. But this thing is kind of cool because it all opens up and you see these little green tendrils kind of all over. And the cool thing with this is it will grow and kind of cover everything. So that's why I put this on an island, and they said it'll even kind of grow up on the glass if you let it, and it can be kind of a menace. But you know what, at this point I want something that's going to grow fast, and I'll deal with it as it comes. But yeah, the tank is doing pretty good overall. As you can see, the rocks have kind of blended in. It's taken time. It's been about 3 months, and you still see a little bit of white in there, but you know, the algae is growing and covering it. But something I noticed, and you don't really see this right away, but if you look here, I've noticed that there's a lot of this like spiderweb like algae kind of growing on everything. Let me see if I can zoom in there. So like there's some there, and if you look up here, there's more there, and I don't know what this stuff is. You even see it growing on the frag there. Little wispy kind of tendril things. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at. Some people have said it might be like right there, if I can zoom in on it. It's very hard to pick up on the camera, but it is there. It's growing on almost every surface, like right there. That's probably one of the best looks you're going to get at it. But it's like this weird, veiny, kind of spiderwebby substance kind of growing right on everything. So I don't know what that is. I think it might be a sponge. So we'll see. I did have the emerald crab did die. So that's one sad thing about it. I guess they're kind of hard to keep alive. He ate all the bubble algae, and he lived in here for a while, and he probably died, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I found him dead. So I don't know. I tested the water. Everything was fine. My nitrates weren't high. They were like between 5 and 10, I think. I can't remember exactly. But when I tested it, everything was fine. So I don't know. That's that. I did end up adding on a auto top off. You can see it right here. The thing is, bigger tank. I didn't think about it. More evaporation. So we were topping this thing off like crazy, and it just kind of got to me. It was driving me nuts. So we ended up going and bought the auto top off. So now I just keep a jug right next to the fish tank, and that helps with that. Every now and then you hear it kick on, and then it shuts off, and it's not bad. Something else I noticed here that I wanted to just kind of point out. Let me switch the lights back to the blue. So maybe you can pick this up. So right here, this is a lighter blue. And if you kind of look, you see these white specks on the rock? That's not the underlying rock shining through. From what I understand, like right there. If you look right, where's my finger? Right there. Those things, whatever those are, that might be the start of coralline algae. From what I read, is they start as kind of like these little white specks. I can't focus when the light's blue. But they start as these white specks, and then eventually they gain a color. Like they'll change into like red or purple or whatever, and that's kind of how you get your coralline algae. So hopefully that's what that is. I've been waiting for some time for that, but right now, every time I check on it, the rocks are just like green, which is fine, you know, right there. So you can see more of that stuff, whatever that is. So I don't know. I do feel like some little spots have like a little bit of purple on the rock, but it's definitely mostly green. So let's see if I can focus the camera here. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Next time, I think we're going to be introducing some shrimp. So, all right, I'll see you later. Bye.